Let's not wait any longer for this match. It is Goo Games versus Medrado.
ゲームです。やっぱりバルセロナを代表するということは、自分の大好きなフットボールであるポゼッションサッカーを表現できる場であるので、すごく自分にとってポゼッションサッカーを世界に発信するいい機会だなと思っています。メンドラード選手は個人的には全く知らなかった選手なんですけども、プレーを見る限りすごくブラジル人らしい、すごくファンタスティックな選手なので、気をつけつつその特徴を引き出しつつも、やっぱり自分が勝てるようにそうやってどんどん勝利するためのポイントを拾っていければいいなと思ってます。やっぱりポゼッションサッカーを展開してバルセロナらしく戦っていければいいなって思ってます。調子をどんどん上げて、もうトップ2に残れるように頑張っていきたいと思ってます。今回もしっかりと勝利目指して戦っていくので、もう心の底から応援していただければいいなと思います。
Meu nome é Marcos, conhecido como Medrado no jogo, e a minha emoção muito grande de conquistar a Romário Cup e chegar nessa grande final. Espero ser campeão novamente. É um time que comecei a torcer depois que veio o Neymar, Messi, Suárez, então comecei a assistir bastante e agora poder representar esse time, eu fico muito feliz por isso. Então o Goo Games eu sei que tem uma história muito grande no jogo, porém eu não conheço o estilo de jogo dele, mas espero que vai ser um adversário muito difícil. Então, eu jogo na 4-3-1-2, bastante ofensivo e sem procurar fazer muitos gols no adversário. Eu acho que está praticamente aberto, são todos muito fortes, acho que não tem favorito. É quem estava melhor no dia e quem tiver melhor no dia ganha. Eu venho numa sequência de ano muito boa, estou treinando bastante e o time está indo bem, então acredito que dá para mim sair campeão. Acho que o objetivo de todo mundo ao chegar lá é ser campeão. Se você não pensar assim, não tem por que você ir. Então acredito que é para ser campeão. Agradecer a minha família que está sempre me apoiando em tudo, nas redes sociais, no chat. Eles são bastante importantes no dia a dia.
Welcome to the stage, entering Goo Games and Medrado, Japan versus Brazil, a tale as old as time on eFootball Mobile. It's time to kick off the mobile leg of the group stages here in Barcelona. Barry, a big game to start things off, and I love hearing from Goo-san, from Medrado, of course, knowing what they need to do. From Goo, he said, I'm going to play steady, I'm going to pick up points along the way, get to that final. From Medrado, his mentality is everyone thinks they can be a champion. If you don't think that way,
I love that.
What is the point?
Yeah, he's right. He's right. He's saying what everybody thinks probably as well. He's just, heart on his sleeve. I do feel like that this, Asia Eastern Regional winner versus, Romario Cup champion, that adds a little bit of a spice to it as well, because you have both guys that are used to winning. They're used to coming out on top. I found it very interesting in the video, in the interview, that Medrado said, he doesn't really adapt, he doesn't really change how open he seems to be. So if he does start leaking a few goals, is he gonna change? That's the big question. And I mean, Goo is, just as you said, very steady, very solid, and there's a lot of shouting going on around us here at the moment. There's a bit of craziness going on.
So funny. We saw Goo-san there on the stage just sharing a smile with Medrado because they hear Rentao.
It's Rentao who's going crazy
his
about
match.
it.
So something tells me things are going well.
Yeah, it looks like it's going well.
The
anyway,
2024 World Champion. Funnily enough, the man we're watching on the screen was the man that Rentao in 2024. Well, he beat him to secure his title 2-0 that fateful day in Ginza. They've had contrasting successes since then. Rentao somewhat of a downward trend, but for Goo, he's the only player I can think off the top of my head at the very least that has won a club event finals in consecutive years. 2024 was the FC Inter champion, and in 2025 won at Old Trafford to be the champion of Manchester United. Here is that other game going on. Rentao
He's fell off the screen there. He just jumped off the screen. Look, he's just gone out of shot.
He scored
the camera crew will
against
be raging.
Jamon not once, but it looks like twice here, just before half-time. So the 2024 world champion looks energised here in Barcelona.
Yeah, and the young competitor, Jamon, I mean, he's in a difficult situation there, 2-0 down. I think on mobile as well, like, it is slightly different in a way that you say. It's very exciting, it's very fast, but it can change a lot quicker as well, can't it? And that's why I think we're going to see a lot of open play today from these two guys starting us off on stream.
Well, here we are underway. It is mobile match number 1. GU Games of Japan against MEDRADO of Brazil. It is GU in the home strip, in possession on the far side here with Pedri. It will be interesting to see the personnel differences between console and mobile in terms of who prefers to use whom, as Marcus Rashford no doubt will be featuring heavily. That's a really nice one too. There's the Couture strike as well. Nice finish from GU. He picks up where he left off last season and he scores first.
Well, you're talking about changing personnel. Who is it again? Rashford with that card that we see dominate today. He's the go-to card for all of these guys as the finisher. And it's just it looks simple, but it's actually a really nice goal. I thought he over-dribbled it in the end there, but it's just a simple goal. Simple, lovely build-up. Yeah, it's a lovely goal actually there when you look back at it. Nice intricate passing, Barcelona style. Lewandowski laid it off, I think, Harry, back into Rashford.
Was indeed those two combining, not for the first time today.
MEDRADO leaving gaps, it's too early to say, but he did even mention that himself, so that's something to watch out for.
Reino Gucci, also known as GU Games, scoring first against the Romario Cup champion of 2026. Of course, it's worth noting last year's world champion on mobile, Juninho, qualified through this very event, so clearly players wanting to try and utilise that exact same strategy. As Lewandowski's the target this time for GU. Garcia, Frenkie de Jong over the top to Rashford. That's a nice scooped ball. Pedri into Lamine Yamal. So much room to work. Perhaps overplayed it there.
He did. He just should have cut back in and shot himself. GU was settled exactly as you probably predicted as well, Harry, when we were chatting, that he's very steady. He doesn't like losing the ball too much in possession, and just very kind of like almost methodical in how he attacks, and then just punches when he can get the opening, as we've seen here in the first few minutes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Gusan is definitely one of those players that sticks out with a distinctive play style on mobile. I remember that's a rash challenge.
Bit of frustration coming in there. I think that's something that when you are getting the ball and you're not getting on the ball enough, you do have to put in a challenge or two. Put in a bit of a bruising one, is what I say. Let them know that you're there, just to kind of change the flow and say, listen, you're not going to hold the ball all day.
Rashford with the corner-esque free kick. Dealt with for now by MEDRADO. Playing a dangerous game though, into traffic. I do remember in that 2024 season, after he won the Inter-Club event finals, just sticking with his 5 at the back system. He is one of those players that has a distinctive tactic, likes to use the wing backs. Here's Frenkie de Jong, stunning strike from very far away, but sadly not enough to trouble the goalkeeper.
Yeah, warning signs are there though. I think for MEDRADO, he's going to have to stop a couple of leaks that are starting and close a couple of gaps, because he's playing very pinned back at the moment. So maybe just hold the ball, spread it out a little bit, but there isn't that many gaps there.
Nice ball to Lewandowski. Oh, nice turn of pace here as well. Can try it and connect with Rashford. Perhaps could have afforded a chance of his own there. But 5 minutes until half-time. If you're following this through from the console platform, you will notice how fast that clock in the top left will drain in comparison. Mobile game's really quick. You have to keep an eye on them. Oh, big mistake. Rashford alive to it. Araujo on it, yellow for the last-ditch challenge.
That's a huge challenge. I mean, that could have been a disaster at the back there. just overplaying it, exactly as you said, Harry. Just overplaying it, overthinking it maybe a little bit. 66% possession versus 34, 18 passes. That's a worrying stat, like, let's be honest.
It is indeed. He's barely been in this first match of the group stages.
He's definitely playing it on his terms, Gu, isn't he?
He is indeed. Looks comfortable. A veteran of this stage of competition. Half time has been and gone. Gu 1, MEDRADO 0. And Gu, he's almost gotten himself a penalty. The referee said plenty of ball there. Let's play on. MEDRADO though living very dangerously with some of his tackles. Nice pressing at the right time there by Gu. Sadly, ball does not bounce his way. MEDRADO given the time, given the space to try and make things work. That's a tough challenge of Gu's own. Now MEDRADO up against Christensen. Rashford into Rafinha. Oh! There is the breakthrough. MEDRADO had barely been in the first half. But it doesn't matter, on the hour mark he takes his chance, lets everyone know, I am here to play, 1-1.
There's an explosion of passion there, and I think when Gu put in that challenge and the advantage was played, he saw the writing was on the wall, that the momentum of his attack there, MEDRADO, he had too many men up, and it's his first real chance. It's a brilliant finish. That's why I think that when you get those chances, that back heel kind of alternate pass there, and it's a smart finish. It's a very, very nice finish across the keeper, and I like to see that passion come out there because that's a huge equaliser, Harry.
It's 1-1 then, and all to play for with half an hour left. Gu trying to reinstate the lead that he just surrendered. Oh, it's Lewandowski offside, I believe, is it?
Penalty.
Oh, it is a penalty.
Yeah, penalty. It's a late challenge. Wow. I'll have to see it again, but it looked late. It just looked like he caught him just as he went in for the shot.
Oh, sadly, not able to see exactly what happened there. I'm sure we'll see it in the replay package, but it's an absolute gift here for Noguchi-san. Gu Games stepping up with Lewandowski to score the penalty. Oh, it's saved! MEDRADO saves!
But clutch players make clutch plays, and that is a massive swing. We didn't see much. I didn't think it wasn't even the worst hit penalty. It's just the right choice of going across the goals that way, and kind of a bit of a let off there, wasn't it? It just looked to be against the run of play that we got that penalty. Could be costly.
Indeed, remember that one, especially when you look at the Barcelona shirts pouring forward here for MEDRADO. Nice working on that far side. Lamine Yamal couldn't play the 1-2 with Rashford. Rafinha. MEDRADO, he's smelling blood here. Perhaps a bit of a missed input there, all the way back to Balde. Pedri. Rafinha, bit fortunate, here's Lewandowski! From 1-0 down to 2-1 up, MEDRADO!
Again, it's just patient build-up, and then you get a little bit of a lucky break. Lewandowski is the man, the one man you want in that position, the one man to get that chance. And there's just huge emotion here, isn't it? There's a huge outburst of emotion for those two goals. And I just feel like that ball being intercepted there, but not intercepted cleanly. Gu just didn't recover from that. He didn't have time to recover from it, Harry.
Yeah, on another day, Frankie de Jong scoops that one up and gallops forward for Gu. But on this occasion, MEDRADO, the benefactor. Listen to that. You get no prizes for telling me when a Brazilian scores in here.
Well, that's what we were expecting, a bit of flair, a bit of passion, and they're bringing it in buckets at the moment, because he's going to let it out because he is tense. He's probably a bit nervous. He's probably a bit tense. And that's just a little let out, you know, especially with the way that it's set up now. There isn't much time left. These games, these mobile games, they fly and zip along. So there's not much time left here in this one.
There is not. And where will the adjustments come from, Gu? I wonder if perhaps he might feel he needs to take a page out of the playbook of Maccabeal from console after, well, I mean, he's staring down the barrel of a defeat here.
Yeah.
Maccabeal did that on the console and still finds himself in the final later on.
So it's not all is lost. I mean, first game out, you can still reset, but it's just putting a few seeds of doubt in your head for the competition as well, isn't it? When things just might not, you know, bounce for you, that's kind of a big thing.
10 minutes left, there or thereabouts.
Number 10.
From 1-0 up to 2-1 down. Gu in possession here with the kickoff. And don't forget, missing a penalty on the way there as well. It's not his favourite game of eFootball he's ever played, let's say that much. MEDRADO in possession now with Dani Olmo just draining some of that clock down. And there's some frustration creeping in here. 5 minutes left. Lewandowski, Ferran Torres, two men shepherding him away. He's forcing it here, MEDRADO, it's gone his way. Pedri over the top towards Ferran Torres, but Gu has got the ball back. Can he spring a counter soon enough? 4 minutes added on. Rafinha. It's now or never for the man from the land of the rising sun. And that is up the right end of the pitch. And I think everyone here in the arena knows, MEDRADO especially, he's secured the first 3 points of the group stages. The Romario Cup winner is hitting the ground running here. MEDRADO 2, Gu 1. And look at what it means.
It's a huge statement, especially, you know, being the Romario Cup winner as well and the champ coming in from that. That's a huge statement win. And he's very emotional, he's very obviously hyped for this, but I don't blame him because first game out, that is absolutely insane. What a turnaround as well, Harry. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, I know you said that it can turn on a dime with this, but in fairness, look at that, 46 passes, 10 interceptions each, and then the 2 shots on target. But the penalty save swung that game, I think.
Yeah, definitely, especially when you consider the time at which it happened, the circumstances. It just gave MEDRADO that little boost. It was a chance for Gu to reinstate his lead almost immediately after conceding. But what a way to open the show for the mobile platform. Some brilliance from Gu in just 8 in-game minutes. And it just threatened, didn't it? It just threatened for Gu to kind of be on his old stomping ground of a club event finals. He's been here 2 years previously, consecutive years qualifying for the World Finals through this type of competition. He just threatened to run away with it, but MEDRADO, the 21-year-old, he said, it's a dream and a recognition of all my effort and dedication to qualify for a tournament such as this. Here was the equaliser off the base of the post. And he never gave up from there. No,
I mean, when you get a chance in this game, in eFootball, you have to take it. And that is the tale of it today. I mean, he got 2 chances and he took them. And then he shut up shop and he just suffocated the game. He just didn't let Gu get, you know, another chance. But I just think that it's the emotion of it. As the games go on, you're going to see that ratchet up. We talked about it before in the console. Like, you're talking about last season, Gu, you know, winning a club finals. He would have had high aspirations and expectations on himself for this. This does kind of throw it back a little bit now. But we've seen he can recover, like in the console. You can recover from a first day out loss or first match out loss, Harry. All is not lost. I didn't see enough in that I'd be panicking, changing tactics and stuff from Gu. He scored a brilliantly smart goal at the start. A little bit unlucky with that De Jong interception, I think, as well. That could have bounced anywhere. And that did kind of seal it for him.
Indeed. I will say the slow-mo vamos is something out of a horror movie. But MEDRADO with all the emotions, the 21-year-old, if I'm not here to win, then what's the point, was the essence of what he was saying
he's
in the
backing it up.
BT, and he's backing it up on the stage.
Definitely. Barry, you wanted chaos.
I did. We're going to get chaos all day today. I don't know what's in the air today in Barcelona, but we're getting craziness here. And like comebacks, we're getting people, you know, like loads of goals, loads of action, a few mistakes along the way as well, which adds to the drama of it. And it's everything we could have wanted for the first game out in mobile.
Yeah, no, there's so much pressure happening. There's mistakes happening, there's goals happening, there's celebrations happening. Literally, I think about every 5 minutes there's a celebration happening somewhere in the studio. That was only the 6th match of the group stage. We still have a few more to experience. How are you, let's ask, how are you guys going so far? We're just over halfway.
I feel like not that I needed one, but the mobile gives me a second win just because of how much...
Gives you a new life.
It gives me a new life just because of how much drama there is in almost every single match.
Yeah.
It goes so quickly, and I think you called it perfectly right. Those little mistakes, because of the occasion, because of a missed input, whatever it may be, add to the occasion, it adds to the drama, then the pressure ramps up, all of a sudden the thumbs get a little bit more sweaty on the screen.
Do you think as well, like you know, you've been here like on these events, you think when you're, if I had somebody shouting at me when they're just after scoring, I know the camera's on me, but I'm just thinking to myself, oh, this fella now is gonna get it like in the next game. But it does add that little bit of rivalry to it. But do you think, the question is, do you think it kind of gets in your head a little bit when you hear those audible screams? Do you think it actually does impact a little bit?
I would say so.